Hello my Sims, just wanted to make a quick video informing you guys about my upcoming video, which should be out before the end of this month. It is going to be a very long video, about an hour and a half, an hour and 20 minutes or so long, about Lava Jato, or Operation Car Wash, which was the lawfare campaign in Brazil that contributed to Dilma Rousseff being overthrown in 2016, and then got Bolsonaro elected in the first place in 2018 by putting Lula into jail so that he couldn't run for president. I'm going to go over all of this in detail, and I'm also going to highlight the very pervasive US support for all of this, both material, hands-on support for Car Wash itself, and I'm also going to explain how its goals and effects aligned perfectly with the United States', which they had held for decades beforehand. There's a real abundance of evidence on all of this that makes it so obvious, and no one is really mentioning the connection at all in most media that I've seen. So I'm going to go over it. So yeah, like most of the people who've been covering what happened in Brazil, because it's like, oh, January 8th, it's just like January 6th, soy face. Like they've mostly been doing it as like a, look, Bolsonaro is like Trump is bad, ha ha ha, sort of thing. And nothing really deeper than that. And you know, they just use the same mainstream media sources to explain everything, you know, when the mainstream media were the ones who backed all of this in the first place, who gave it the cover that it needed to succeed in the first place. And now they're all acting like, you know, they were on the side of the good guys the whole time, when they're the ones who helped get Bolsonaro into power in the first place. You know, the support of the US government is what got him into power in the first place. And now just because, you know, it's become optically untenable to support him, they have to like back off for a tiny little bit until the Brazilian right wing puts forth like a generic neoliberal who doesn't say the quiet part out loud quite as much, who they can actually reasonably get behind. Because it's, you know, they're not against Bolsonaro's policies, they're against Bolsonaro's appearance, they're against the fact that he is too much like Trump for democratically aligned publications and for a democratic US government administration to really back, you know? So I'm going to go into all of that in detail. I'm going to explain how the case and the cases against Lula were all just bullshit from the very beginning. I'm going to go over all of the clear as day evidence that the prosecutors and judge were you know, right-wingers working together the whole time. I'm going to go into detail on the coup against Dilma and how it was all bullshit, and go into detail on the very important role that the Americans played in all of this, which suddenly no one wants to talk about. And yeah, so that's the next video. If you want to listen to it early, it will be out in an audio-only form, probably within about a week, on my Patreon and my Ko-fi for people who contribute $5 and up per month. You have to select the tier to do that. So if you want to see that early, you know, head on over there and give me $5 a month, and you'll be able to see it or to listen to it early when it comes out. And then probably after that, you know, another week or two to get the visuals done, then it'll be out hopefully this month. Hopefully, you know, no promises. This shit can always take longer than I think it will, but yeah, that's the time frame for now. So yeah, I just wanted to update you guys on that, let you know what I'm working on. You know, it's going to be, you know, obviously by far the best video on this topic on the platform, because there's not exactly much competition in the, you know, at least in the English speaking space, given that most people who are covering this like just learned what Brazil was like a month ago, Googled some mainstream media articles and just tossed them all together haphazardly to get hundreds of thousands of views, misinforming hundreds of thousands of people. But, you know, that's just how YouTube is. So I'll try to counteract that just a tiny little bit, I guess. Yeah, so if you're interested in listening to it in a sort of podcasty form without visuals early, go give me money on Patreon. Otherwise, you'll be waiting longer, like the simp that you are. Anyway, yeah, just wanted to give you guys that update. See ya!